Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Anthony back here again. Um, Sorry I've been gone for a while. Just trying to keep up with life, and sometimes I have off days, but I think everything's getting in order again. So this is my 9th video, and the topic for today's video is unwanted attention during semen retention. And the reason why I made this video is because today and this past week I have 4 stories, 4 things that happened to me throughout the week that made me really uncomfortable with the attention that I was getting from women because, just of the circumstances and everything. And like what happened to me today, well, it happened to me 2 days ago and today. Well, my mom just bought a house and they're renovating the house, right? So my sister's ex-husband does painting, and my mom called him to see if he would do some work on the house, and he agreed to it, right? And so he brought along his girlfriend, and she was there on Sunday when I showed up, and it was kind of awkward. Like, the way she looks at me, she looks interested. And so when I said bye to her, she's like, you smell so good, or whatever. So it was you that was smelling so good. And I was like, oh, thank you. She was like, what brand is that? And I couldn't remember the brand in the moment, but okay. And I felt like my sister's ex-husband noticed when she said that to me, right? He noticed something weird about it. And then I went over today to see how the renovation was going. My mom was there, my nephews, and then I went to go buy some ice cream. I offered everyone ice cream, came back, and then she was in the living room just talking with me. My nephews were there, and it's weird, like, as Latinos, we always do the kiss when we say hi or goodbye. Like, either we do one kiss on the cheek or 2 kisses, right? So with the women, like, you just give them a kiss. It's like, maybe it's just cheek to cheek, right? But today when I said bye to her, it was really an awkward situation. Well, it felt awkward because it's like she came in for the kiss on my neck, and it was just like really out of the ordinary. And yeah, I think she's interested in me, but this is why I'm doing this topic. It's like, I wish I didn't have that attention because it's really awkward. And there's nothing you could do with it. I'm not there to act upon this because it's just going to cause more problems for everyone. And yeah, I'm doing semen retention, so I'm like more aligned with my morals and values. So, okay, no, that's a big no for me. The second story happened this past Thursday. I mentioned in one of my older videos that my friends and I and my brothers and some cousins, we decided to start a soccer team. And so I remember the first game we played was like maybe a month ago. And there was a ton of people that showed up that I didn't know, because there's players that I only know by name, but I don't know them as, personally. So they have family members and friends that go watch the game, and so I didn't know who was who. But I noticed one of the girls was looking at me in a way that showed me that she was interested. So I didn't think much of it because, well, I didn't even know who she was. But this past Thursday, I got there, I saw the girl on the bleachers and the same look. And then right before the game started, I saw that one of the guys on the team was sitting next to her. They were like holding hands or whatever. So yeah, I clicked. Okay, so they're a couple, right? But they're boyfriend and girlfriend. And the thing is, we played, we lost, and at the end of the game, um, I was talking to one of my childhood best friends that started playing on the team with us. And the thing is, we haven't spoken in maybe 3-4 years. And so we were like deep into our conversation about, we were talking about maybe going to a comedy club just because we've never been to one. So, we just thought it would be fun. And so I was like really into the conversation. And when I'm like really into a conversation, my eyes light up, and I have very expressive facial features, especially if I'm like really animated in the conversation. Yeah, you could tell like I'm in a really good mood. And you know the feeling when you can feel when somebody's looking at you? Well, I was talking to my friend face to face, and for some reason I just decided to look over his shoulder. And in the stands, the girl was staring straight at me while she was like next to her boyfriend. And it's just like, damn, like these girls, like the level of disrespect of how much she looks at me is just like, it's kind of disgusting in a way. I mean, it's a bit, the thing is, it's kind of flattering getting that much attention, but this is not the type of attention that I want. And so the thing is, I'm even on this opportunity, there's no point in acting upon it, because that's my brother's friend, plus he plays on a team, I'm coaching the team, and I don't want to cause like any problems with anyone there. But the thing is, all it takes is for him to realize, for him to find out the way she's looking at me or interacts with me, and then he's gonna get pissed off or maybe jealous. And the thing is, like, how much more do girls want, honestly? Like, this girl, I mean, her boyfriend, he's a decent looking dude. And I mean, a guy knows when a guy has games and looks for women. I mean, it doesn't mean I'm into him. You just know, like, okay, that guy could probably get some girls, right? And like, not even that's enough. I mean, I don't know. And the guy's like 10 years younger than me. So it's like, oh. And now these last two stories are kind of like really, really awkward, because it's on a very sensitive topic, and it deals with underage girls. And the thing is, this past Tuesday, I went to the park for a 4-mile run. And so while I was on the last mile, I kind of like gassed out. So I started to walk the last mile. And I was on this trail in the woods. And then I see these two girls approaching me from afar. And then when I get closer, I noticed they were probably between 12 or 14 years old. But you can also tell, okay, I think girls at that age, they can't hide their emotions, their facial expressions as well. So you can notice they like you. You can see them blushing, the way they're smiling. They can't really look at you in the eyes, but yet they're blushing, right? And honestly, this kind of attention doesn't do much for me, because there's no way in hell I would act upon it, on that interest from them, because they're underage. And honestly, the first thing on my mind when I saw their reaction towards me was concern for them, because in my mind, it's like, where are their parents? You know, these two young girls in the woods. And the thing is, I live in a predominantly populated Latin community, so it's like, the thing is, I don't think many people realize how common it is in Latin American countries that older men get involved with underage girls. And the thing is, I don't think it's kind of it's somewhat normalized in our culture. So it's like, when something like that happens, sometimes people don't bat an eye to it. And I have a few other stories that happened in the past that I'm gonna tell, but that's connected with this. But the thing is, imagine some guy, 20 something, probably shows up and sees those two girls. He'll probably act upon that interest and probably try to get their number, try to sleep with them. And the thing is, it's normalized in our country. And the reason I say that, I had like something happened to me a few years ago. I'm from Guatemala, so I went on vacation to Guatemala. I went to visit my family, and at the time that I was there, one of my cousins was having her sweet 15, and so she asked me if I could be her, I don't even know what's the name of it. I think chambelán, or I don't know. It's like you do the first dance with her. It's like, and then the thing is, I got sick. I got food poisoning the day of the party, and so I was just throwing up. I was shitting all over the place, and it was just like bad. And so I told her, look, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna be able to make it, because I was just super sick. I was dying, didn't have the energy. And then like a few hours went by, and then I started feeling good enough to at least go attend the party for a little bit. And then when I showed up, there was this girl that's one of her friends, but her family, the girl's family, is also a family friends of our family, so we kind of know them already. But I could tell the girl, she had some interest in me, and I wasn't the only one that noticed this. I'm not making this up in my head, because there were a lot of older men around, and they saw that she was interested in me. And the way they looked at me was like, really, bro? Like, she's throwing herself at you and you're not gonna act upon that interest? Or it was like they were looking at me like, you have no balls? Like, and in my mind it's like, what in the world? The thing is, like I said, it's normalized in Latin American countries, but when you come here in the United States, I hear it's a lot more, apart from like being against, like super against the law and the amount of time you go to jail. I think people are just more conscious of what this entails if you do act upon that. I mean, just me as a 36-year-old man, like, I have an advantage. I've lived more life than a girl at that age, so I have an unfair advantage mentally in many aspects. It's just, I could manipulate her into whatever I want to get from her, and it's not unfair. It's unfair to her, right? So yeah, that happened to me. And then I had this other thing happen to me years ago before that, where I was at, well, my aunt was invited to a wedding by a Mexican family that she knows. And so, like, Latinos, we invite everybody. Like the Mexican lady told her to invite the rest of the family, so my aunt invited us, and we all went to the wedding. And the thing is, it was a Catholic wedding, so it's like, I think it's a longer process on how things get done. But Mexicans, they do like a lot of parties before the wedding. And so the first event was like, I think we had to attend church. So we went to church and I saw a girl there that was related to the girl that got married. And so she was young. Well, I didn't. She looked old enough when I saw her. I thought, okay, she's probably 18, 19, around that age. And the thing is, I noticed she was looking at me a lot, but I didn't know who she was. So I didn't. Yeah, I liked her, but I didn't know her, right? So it wasn't until the family did hosted a party at their home, and and first they serve food. I don't know if it was tamales or what, but first they serve food, everybody eats, and then okay, they pick a couple to break the ice on the dance floor. So in the party, I don't know who picked me, and they picked her. So they just told us to come together, and we started to dance, just me and her in front of everyone. So as the dance floor as more couples started going to the dance floor, it's like, I was like, we probably danced already, like maybe 3 songs. And then I was like, I'm kind of done with dancing. Like, you want to go outside and talk for a bit? She was like, yeah. And then when I was outside, um, I asked her, I was like, oh, so we were just asking each other like questions, and then I asked her, how old are you? Like, how old are you? And then she told me she was 13. And when she told me that, I was like, we shouldn't be outside alone. So we went back inside. And the thing is, like, inside, like, I forgot, I think we were still talking somehow. I'm not really sure. But this is the odd thing. This one, I'm telling you, it's very normalized, where her parents, her mom and dad, saw me talking to her daughter. And then they were getting ready to leave. And then the girl went up to her parents. She was like, can I stay? Like, because I think the girl the one of the girls that lived at that house was her best friend, something like that. And then her parents looked at me and they were like, yeah, you can stay. And it was like, I couldn't believe what was happening. Like, it was just like, you're actually gonna let your daughter stay around with a guy that you don't even know, that's a lot older than her. And the thing is, I didn't do anything, because it was just like, no way in hell I'm gonna get involved in this kind of situation. That's just not my character. But I'm telling you, this is very normalized. And so the last main story of unwanted attention happened to me on Friday, this past Friday. So I went to go work at a house, and I've known these people for like 6-7 years. They're a Latin couple also, like the lady's from Argentina, her husband's from Colombia. And usually every time I go work there to do something, it's like almost no one is there. And if I do see someone at the house, it's the guy's wife that's in the house, and she's very nice. She says hi, we chit chat for a little bit, we talk, that's it, right? I get to work. And so, but this time, since it's summer vacation, I noticed that her daughter was there. And so, I mean, the lady's daughter, I met her when I first started working there. She was probably 9 years old or 10. So when I saw her right now, she was probably like 15 or 16 years old. But you can tell that same thing that I tell you. It's like, I'm not making it up, but I said, I saw the girl in the living room when I first went in, and she was like, "Oh, hey, good morning, how are you?" And the girl couldn't look at me in the eyes, and then it was just this odd tension in the room. Like, I was working on a ladder with my back towards her, but I could feel like, something was in the air. It just felt like this weird tension. And like, let me tell you, like, I know a lot of the neighbors around that neighborhood that I do business with. So it's like, there's I have to be a professional just because I know more people around the area, and I could lose business if I do anything out of character, right? So I just noticed the girl was looking at me, and it's like awkward because, like, no, I don't want this attention. I'm just here to work. I just try to do my best to ignore it, and yeah, pretend like nothing's happening. And the thing is, like, a month before this happened, like probably like a month, 2 months ago, the same thing happened to me in that house, but except with the girl's sister, and the grandmother was there. But I even felt like the grandmother was looking at me in a certain way also, and it was just like I was also in that same situation. Fixing. I was on the ladder in the kitchen, and they were in the dining room, so they could see me from afar. And then that same tension in the room was there. And yeah, like I said, I have to be professional. And it's just like, the thing is, imagine I, as a man on semen retention, I'm able to not fall into this. It's not even temptation. I just know it's not of my character to act upon that interest. But I know there's men out there, there's that have no self-control in any way, and they would probably act upon this interest if they had the chance. So it's like, in a way, it's like, yeah, it happened to me, but maybe God put me in that situation just because he put me there, because I know he knows I'm in control of my temptations. Or it's not even a temptation, it's of just, I have self-control, you know. And yeah, so basically this video is on unwanted attention while on semen retention. And yeah, sorry, I'm kind of like low energy right now, but it's already around 11:30, getting kind of tired. But yeah, I just want to thank everyone, for the people that have subscribed to my channel. It's more people than I expected. I'm with 9 subscribers right now, so it's like, wow. To me, that's amazing, because I didn't think anybody would subscribe. But yeah, I mean, feel free to comment if you have any video suggestions, and feel free, please subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I know I still need a lot of work, but if you believe in me, subscribe. And I'm gonna try to be more consistent with the videos. It's something I want to do, but sometimes, like, even this video, I had already recorded a video, but I just wanted to make sure I wasn't coming off as a creep or anything, because this topic's very sensitive. So it's like, I just want to explain what really happened, but make sure I explained it in a clear way, where I was explaining it in a way that didn't make me look bad, I guess. Because, yeah, it's a sensitive topic. So, yeah, guys, well, y'all have a good night, and I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Thank you.